Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Melissa Dunphy. Hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, it is so great to have you with us. We're just jazzed. We
It's so great to
love your
be
piece.
here.
Oh, well, thank you. So I'd have to tell you that the first time we read through your piece, people were just like, whoa. We do love your piece. I wonder, just by way of getting started, would you like to give us just your background and when you moved here and
Yeah.
just a little bit? Yeah.
Absolutely. Great. I'm calling in from Philadelphia, and but as you can tell, I am not from Philly. I am originally from Australia. I grew up in Brisbane and then Sydney. I grew up playing the viola, singing in choirs, learning piano. I didn't really start composing, though, not seriously, until I was in my mid-20s and I had moved to America. It never occurred to me that composition could be a career until just by chance. I do a lot of theater as well, and I was in a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream as one of the fairies, and the music director had to drop out of the show. So the director of the show came to me and said, Melissa, you're a musician and we're so desperate and we have 2 weeks before we go up. We need someone to write all of the songs for Midsummer Night's Dream, like immediately. Burning the midnight oil at having to stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning to write music, and then go to my day job, and then go to rehearsals, and then write music. And it was during one of these sleep deprived nights that I had an epiphany, which was, I love this. This is what I want to do with the rest of my life. Like, I am so tired, but this is it. This is what I want. So I got my Bachelor of Music and went on to get a PhD at the University of Pennsylvania. I always have felt like I've come at this world from a slightly outsider perspective on a bunch of different levels, right? Because it's like I've immigrated to a new country, so I'm experiencing America and learning about America from the inside as an outsider. I come from a family of immigrants. My parents were sort of refugees to Australia from China and from Greece post-World War II. I started this path so late in life compared to other classical musicians. It's not late. Like 24 is not old, but in the world of classical music, there are so many young composer competitions where the age cutoff is 25. So when I hit 25, I was like, am I old now? Because I don't qualify for young anymore, apparently. I'm a woman, obviously. Let's get that out of the way. I'm a woman in a field that is dominated by men, and I have really strong opinions about that and about the world and about being the outsider and commenting on stuff. So I think my music reflects that. No, I don't think that I had a specific person. I mean, obviously, when I read the words, I think about things like Joan of Arc. I think about things like, I think about the Salem witch trials. I think of just the way women have been persecuted for so long. And it feels like, even despite, the women's rights movement, such as it is still very new in our culture. We haven't really reckoned with centuries of what's been done to women, and in many cases is still being done to women today. When I look at poetry, I actually want to try and find poetry that has space for music in it. So it's not always perfect poetry that I want to set to music. But if you find poetry that has space for music in between the words, that's when I get really, really excited as a composer. And Nikita Gill, have you all checked out her poetry? Have you Googled Nikita Gill? Please all Google Nikita Gill. She is amazing. She's published several collections of poetry. She's British Indian poet, and it's all wonderfully feminist and from a perspective of someone who has healed from trauma and wants to talk about her healing process. She writes fairy tales, like from a feminist perspective as well, which are really good to give to like younger readers. And yeah, go and look at her work. I was so excited by it.
it has been absolutely delightful to have you with us, and I appreciate you taking the time to
Of course.
chat with the choir. And I look forward to the day when we can do this piece and other pieces of yours live, which we will, because really like your music. So I know we will do more of it, and choir loves it. So
Yay!
yeah, we will
That's
we will
wonderful.
continue.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.